Go ahead.
Juggalotus from FigureLovers.net. Here with Potluck, chilling in Tucson, Arizona.
Tucson.
That's what's up. Alright, so y'all just killed it here in Tucson. You know, y'all throw love out to Tucson, as you call it. What's it like, man, touring out with Twiztid? I know this is more than the first time you've been out with them. So what's it like coming out with them? I mean,
it's cool. My favorite part is Monoxide, what you guys call him. Paul is what we call him. He is in fantasy sports, and he's really into that.
yes.
So we talk shit to him. He thinks he's good at it.
If you watch this, know your bunk. Monoxide, Paul, whatever your name is that everybody calls you, you know your bunk. You only won one time, and it was lucky. Every time we bump you down.
The thing is, we just talk shit to him because we just do the same kind of stuff. So
And he talks shit to us right back.
Yes, exactly. And he's actually doing really good. I just like talking shit to him. So Paul, I mean, he's talking shit, but you're decent.
I have been paying attention to y'all's tweets back and forth about fantasy leagues on Sunday.
Yeah,
I've been paying attention to y'all.
We have problems with sports.
So, you know, he's running with it, and y'all are talking smack. I understand that.
Yeah.
And just doing tours with them, it's like Monoxide and Magic, those dudes, they so cool. And, like, I mean, not to shit on the music industry, but 9 out of 10 people you meet in the music industry is bitches.
Suck.
I'm just straight up, I'm not going to start calling out names, I'm just saying that's the fact.
Right. Bitches is the wrong even word. They just suck.
But Twiztid, like Monoxide and Madrox, they real, genuine people. So it's like, when you meet those few people that are like that, it's like, they're like our brothers from another mother. Like, no matter whatever, he can pick up the phone, call me, ask me anything. I'm going to do whatever I can to help either of those dudes, and vice versa. So I just love coming out with them, and then it's cool the fans like it. The fans like to see Potluck and Twiztid together, and I like to kick it with my homeboys. So there we go.
I'll be straight up with you guys. First time I saw you live was in Oklahoma City, Slaughterhouse Tour. Y'all was kicking it with Twiztid. First time I'd even heard of y'all. I mean, I'd kind of heard the name, but hadn't checked y'all out.
Yeah.
So y'all threw down that night, and I thought, damn, a little short Jewish guy, and I kind of like it. What's up with that? But I'm digging what you do, and that's why I'm back here, because I saw y'all coming through again. As far as the Juggalo fan base, they've embraced you guys pretty heavy.
Yes.
I mean, what do y'all think about that? I mean, because right now we all gangbangers. Y'all know that. So how's that?
Yeah,
I think that's, check this out. I think that's bullshit. The government, that's on some bullshit for real.
Yeah.
And like, I promise you, in the music movement, we did shows, we've done shows with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, we done gangster shows where, you know, shows get shot up every couple shows of the tour, man. We done like what people would consider backpack hip hop, East Coast hip hop, West Coast, mainstream down. We've done tours with everybody. And there's something about the Juggalo movement and the family that's just like a beautiful thing of everybody coming together. And it's like all the people that people want to talk bad about, and you know what I'm saying, everyone wants to discredit, and then for all of us to come together in a venue and do a show, and you got, you know, performers, you know, fans, and family, and everyone together. There's something about that togetherness that I don't see duplicated in no other media and no other genre.
Serious movement.
Yeah, it's
like
cool.
the people are those people that there's an underground thing that's different than anywhere else, right? I mean, which is something about this thing.
You see a hatchet man on the street, you could be anywhere, you know what I'm saying? We could be walking through Times Square in New York City, we'll be on this corner, they'll be on that corner, I'll see a hatchet man, I'll be like, whoop, whoop, you know what I'm saying? It's like, there's a connection that's like, all right, cool, like a vibe that we all share at these shows, that's not duplicated. And it's not to say, like, I'm not trying to like discredit other genres of music or anything like that. It's its own different feelings, but there's just something about the family and Juggalos that's unique. And it's cool, and I'm happy they embraced us. And we didn't even know, as we were creating our music, that it would be embraced by them.
Right.
But then as you know, Monoxide literally found us, and was like, I want to bring you out with us. I think our audience will like what y'all do. And then, like, welcomed us to the family. It was like, dang, I didn't know that this whole thing existed the whole time. And it was eye-opening, and it was humbling at the same time.
I feel like the whole Juggalo thing is like everyone is hating on it. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole group of people that have been hating on it.
For no reason.
And it's similar with us, kind of, because we're different than a normal rap group that you would see. So, like, we're hated on in a sense as well. So when we get out there, we have that same vibe about us, and we feel like we could just connect with them and they connect with us, and it just feels like it just works, you know?
Right.
Like we never had any idea, like we were saying, but it's dope.
You guys have definitely been embraced. But yeah, I think for me, the Slaughterhouse tour speaks volumes for our fan base. You had y'all and Twiztid. I mean, Twiztid has a varying style. They can cross over, I think, a lot. And then you had Kung Fu Vampire out of nowhere. I didn't even know that cat existed.
Yeah.
And
you heard the name, and you're like, what the hell does that mean?
I Googled the hell out of it, right? I see his video come up for iCount. And I'm watching it, and I'm thinking, well, he's either going to really succeed with Juggalos, or he's really going to fail. And he succeeded quite well.
Hell yeah.
But I think that show was a good bridging of everything, because he's definitely different than you guys. And Twiztid, I think, crossed over both, which is real good.
At the same time, Kung Fu Vampire, he's still West Coast. He
Yes,
out of San Jose,
sure.
we out of Humboldt. We're both from California. And if you don't got the new Kung Fu Vampire record, make sure you pick it up, Love Bites. We got a track with Kung Fu on there. Kung Fu, when we met him on that tour, he's hella cool people too. And that little midget motherfucker can rap his ass off.
I feel hella tall. When we go on tour, I'm like, yeah, I'm big. Finally, I'm big.
Right. Yeah. 4'2".
Like 1'6".
He's
I got
like
an interview with him
1'2".
coming up at the end of the month, so I can't talk a lot of trash.
But he's dope. He's a dope MC. Much props to him. And we did a tour together too. We did the Underground Rebels tour with Potluck, Kung Fu Vampire, D-Gap. It was a great tour. So, Kung Fu, man, I'm happy.
All right. Bridging the gap, going back to your roots. Growing up, where'd y'all roots? I mean, West Coast. You talk Tupac. You talk all the West Coast hip hop. In your houses, man, what were you bumping? Like in my house, I'm from Denver, so I bumped a lot of West Coast. Like growing up, what did you listen to? What influenced where you're at now?
Like rap-wise? Like
Anything.
90s-wise?
Anything, man. Like growing up, I listened to a lot of 60s, and stuff. So I grew up with that in my parents' house.
My parents' house was like reggae, kind of like my dad's reggae.
Okay.
And then, I don't know, in the 90s, hip-hop just kind of, for me, because it was a super small town, no one really listened to hip-hop.
Right.
So, like, when it came out, my friends at school in 7th and 8th grade, she really, you got to hear this, and they would be cussing on and stuff. And I'd be like, in 7th grade, I'd be like, oh my God. That's why I really liked it, because they were like, we're doing what the fuck we want to do, because we're going to do whatever the fuck, and it's not the right thing in society to do, but we're going to do what we want to do. Similar to how you said Juggalos.
Yep.
We're going to do whatever the fuck we want.
For sure.
So anyway, so that music at that point was probably in the early 90s, early late, I don't know, whatever. The Snoop Dogg, Dre, Q,
Yeah.
all DJ Quig,
Yep.
all the West Coasters really made me really like love the shit.
All right. What about you, man? Where'd your roots from?
Well, obviously West Coast, you know what I'm saying? But I love MCs, so, E40, definitely. And just for us to do a song with E40 is like monumental. Like, I really look up to him. It's crazy. I call him my friend now, and I got his cell phone number. You know what I'm saying? I can text him and shit.
Right.
He's dope, and I grew up listening to him and Biggie, and obviously Tupac, Nas, just lyrics, like I always just respected MCs with lyrics. And then stage show too. So then you cross over to the Living Legends, Black Alicious, Jurassic 5, West Coast artists that right now, I don't know anybody, y'all out there, the fam, Juggalos, I don't know if y'all are hip to Living Legends, but they created underground hip hop. Like when there was just mainstream hip hop and there was no one allowed to release a CD that wasn't on a major label, they invented what all of us do now. So much respect to the Living Legends. I listen to them a lot. Merce,
The
Lucky,
name is right?
Living
Legends.
Yeah, Sus by Jones, all those dudes. So it's West Coast. It's the same like Charlie Tuna. Those dudes were pioneers in a separate thinking of what was mainstream, coming from the West Coast. They did it. So I definitely listen to all them. And then I always had love for mainstream people. Different Run DMCs or LL Cool J's, different people like that. Because if you're going to be mainstream at the same time, you can still do it in a way, Beastie Boys, you can still do it in a way that's still musically creative. Just because you're commercially successful doesn't make you off top terrible. There's a select few people that are commercially successful and deserving of that, So those people like that I mentioned, I look up to and I listened to at the beginning, and it was really just inspired to do music, got a karaoke machine for Christmas and played all their CDs and tried to rap along with them, and just, you know, it was just fun.
All right. There's a track that you guys do, unlike any other hip hop group out there. My Dad, right? Y'all kicked that. And the first time I heard it, I remember talking to my wife and saying, "Hey, why are they rapping about their dad? You never hear that." How much of an influence were your fathers on you? Like, seriously, how much did they support you and get you to where you're at? Because I know a lot of hip hop, you know, break away from their parents, and you know, parents don't agree. But it seems like that song, you express a lot of love for your fathers. I know you lost your dad not that long ago, right? So, you know, how big of an influence were they on you guys where you're at today?
For me, my dad has always been supportive of just, it's crazy because he's an old Jewish dude, but he's fucking into just kind of like, he's into hip hop because it's something that means something, you know what I'm saying? It stands for something, and since the beginning he always, like back in the day when I was a little kid, I would want to hear 2 Live Crew, and he was like, "Nah, we should listen to Public Enemy." Right. You know what I'm saying? So it really made me think, like, okay, there's a meaning behind this music, and, and that's what I really always loved, and that's what he always told me about the music, and he's always been extra supportive about it, and he's really into music. Like, he goes out to music now, he's like 67, I think, and he, like Ton says, he goes out to more shows than I go out to, you know, like at home. So, like, he's always been into music. He was a drummer back in the day. Anyway, he used to be a drummer and shit, so, like, I feel like I got a lot of my music shit from him.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, rest in peace to my father. It's my dad kind of came about that same way because my father was really sick, and I felt like just to honor him and everything that he's done for me and the man I become, I know he's my biggest influence in life. And so when we thought about doing that, and I could personally witness the relationship that Underrated had with his father, you know, him coming over for Sundays for football and just them kicking it and him coming to shows. I just felt like it was a good song, as well as Underrated did. Like, hey, it's different, and at the same time, we both got good relations with our father. And then, so that's what made the song come up. And then, when I think about my father came straight off the boat from Nigeria with $100 in his pocket. Literally, actually, he had $200 the day he left. His best friend in Nigeria got into some problems and needed $100. So he gave half the money he had to leave to come to America to his best friend before he left. Came on the boat, and you know, he became a doctor. You know what I'm saying? He went to school and studied, and he would just always just teach me about hard work and not being scared to like think what you want to think and go do something different. You know, he didn't know about the United States or nothing like that. He was like literally he hopped on a boat knowing nothing about that. It just came out here and learned. So for me to watch what he does at the same time, him like teach me to have an open mind and do stuff like that and to go out and like just reach for your goals and it just inspired me to like try to become a better man. So I'm glad we can honor him with that song. I'm glad he got to hear that song before he passed. And I'm glad he was really happy with it. You know, he was sick at the time and it brought a big smile to his face, and I was glad that me and Underrated could put something like that together for him.
That's good. 2 more questions. I haven't hit any weed questions because I know y'all get that all the time. But I'm going to hit because we just had the election. Washington, Colorado, man. Now it's available to smoke weed up in there. How y'all feel about that? I know y'all are big advocates for the weed movement.
Recite the line.
It's not the
we're making a new record right now. It's called THC, The Humboldt Chronicles. We're making a new record, and there's a line that Underrated wrote in that record that I think every time people ask us about marijuana legalization, people ask us about that. We got to remember, we're stoners. We got to remember together.
I remember the end of it.
But there's a line.
They're trying to legalize it.
But I don't think that's good for me.
I don't trust the government.
Especially trying to run the weed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's like,
you know what I'm saying? So like,
who knows what's gonna happen?
yeah, we got mixed emotions on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, before the government got involved, before any medical marijuana, before any of that, like the marijuana trade was the last free enterprise left on earth. No government regulation. If you was a good grower and you were a good salesman and a patient was in need, you can make a connection and everybody could be evenly compensated.
Right.
Without interference from the government, from all these outside agencies. And now it feels like they're coming and putting themselves in between that, and there's something about that that doesn't sit right with us. obviously we love marijuana. Every needy person, for whatever you need it for, recreationally, medically, any problems you have that you need weed to solve, I definitely self-medicate myself heavily. It's a great thing, but there's something about the government. I don't know. It's like marijuana, but then you smoking it too. Yeah, whatever. Potheads on the under. That's what it is. So that's all obviously a great thing. But once you start involving the government, they're gonna start taxing it. They might build state liquor stores, like state marijuana stores, and then they in there and then they regulate who can provide what good weed and how they're gonna do it. It's like, I don't trust the government, especially trying to run the weed. So that's how we feel.
Last question. THC, you mentioned it. I knew it was coming out. You said in the fall of this year. Fall's almost
We always lie.
I mean,
it's not that
I know
we're
that
lying.
standard y'all put it
We
out.
want it to be the best that it can be. So every time we're like, all right, it'll be in fall. And we're like, okay, well, we had this tour, and then we had this other tour, and then we had this time where I had to make beats, and then because I make beats and rap and mix and record and, you know, and then Ton comes up with the ideas and shit. It takes us a while because we do the whole thing.
Right.
It's not like okay, what are you? I'm a rapper. My name is whatever I am. I rap, and then I go to the studio, I rap, and then my CD's done. It's not how it works for us.
Oh, of course not.
So it takes a little longer. And we really want it to be out in the fall.
When can we expect it, and what can we expect from you guys in the future? I know you said
When?
THC
Our
was a
goal,
free-
our goal is
Our goal is when it's ready. Because
Whenever
I don't want to give y'all no bullshit. So we're gonna go in the
has to be
studio
better every time.
and we're gonna work until it's ready. And when it's ready, we're gonna put it out.
All right, and that's a free one for the fans? Is that
Free.
what I heard?
Free. We're gonna give it out.
That's
We got a
awesome.
whole bunch of schemes. We're actually gonna be launching a Kickstarter campaign to for the people to support this free movement, because you know we take a free movement to our sponsors and all that. They're like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Right.
You know, I'm trying to make money. You take it to your record label. They're like, we sell CDs. Why would we give away a CD for free? That's our business.
Right.
So, you know, our business is our people. It's the family.
Right.
So we're gonna throw something out on Kickstarter, some great things for people to check out, and I think that they'll really enjoy to become part of the movement. Whether it's joining Potluck on tour as part of the crew, as an artist, or coming to the studio and doing work with us, or getting advanced copies of the music and all that stuff. Whatever it is, it's gonna be a bunch of stuff on there. So we're gonna use the Kickstarter campaign. We're gonna throw it all together. We're gonna work hard in the studio. When it's ready, we're gonna put it out there, give it for free.
And this is the thing, I feel. Some people do CDs and they're like, yeah, maybe 15 songs here, but we'll see. We have about 45 songs I think already. And we're like, well, I mean, we just want it to be as good as possible, like you were saying. So I feel we're going to finish this tour in like 2 weeks. And then we're going to go home and we're going to work another 2 months probably. And hopefully at that point we'll be done. So it could be out. It takes a while, as you got to think too. When it's done, it's going to take 3 months for everything else to get out and all that stuff. Maybe less, because you don't got to sell it this time.
Yeah.
Actually, when it's done, it'll probably be quicker. But sometime early next year, hopefully, we'll have it ready.
All right, good. Guys, I really appreciate your time. I know I kind of caught you out, but I appreciate you coming out here and talking to us. Make sure we get stuff on Fago Lovers. Everybody out there, you don't know Potluck, you need to figure it out. These guys are what's coming out the West Coast. You guys are killing it.
Potluck, one word, know about it.
Know about it.
Potluckmusic.com, Facebook, Potluck Music. Potluck Music everything.
Twitter,
check them out.
Potluck Music. Know about it.
That's what's up.
Fago
Underrated,
Lovers,
one
what's
time.
up?
And one more thing. Know about it.
All right, we out.